All right, everybody, welcome back to the Business Blast podcast. For this episode, we have Alan Smithson, CEO of Metavrse, North America's leading virtual and augmented reality consulting firm. So welcome, Alan, and because we only have 5 minutes, I'm going to dive right in. And
Thanks very much. Let's do this. Go.
Question number one is, what's your best piece of business advice?
My best piece of business advice is you're going to be working a lot in whatever business you do. You really have to love it. If you don't love it, don't do it.
And what's the number one thing you do to increase productivity?
I batch my emails. So I sit down for 2 hours and I hammer through my emails, and then I don't touch my emails at all during the rest of the day.
And what's your favorite online business tool?
It's got to be the G Suite, the Google suite of products. I use Google everything.
Same. And what's your number one tip for increasing your physical health?
I only eat delicious carbs. So I cut out pretty much all carbs, bread, potatoes, rice, all that crap. And now if I want a chocolate croissant, I eat a chocolate croissant. So I don't feel bad. So I cut out carbs that aren't super delicious.
Oh, I like that. What's your number one tip for increasing your mental health?
Deep breathing. So I do yoga and deep breathing exercises. I think, when you get stressed a little bit, the best thing you can do is literally take a really deep breath, let it out slow, take another one, take 3 really deep breaths, and that kind of resets you, especially when you're stressed, your shoulders start tightening up. That seems to be the best thing for me.
And in your opinion, what's the key to happiness?
Family. I think the most important thing in my life is my family, my wife, my children, and surrounding yourself with great people. I've traveled all over the world, and I've met with amazingly successful people all over the world, and the ones that are really, truly happy, they surround themselves with great people who support them and don't bring them down.
And if you have one, what's your biggest regret and why?
My biggest regret, I guess, is I brought on the wrong investor at one point in my last company, and I ended up losing that company and losing everything, lost everything. And it was a regret, but in retrospect, even though I regretted that decision and all of that, in retrospect, it actually ended up being the best thing that could have ever happened, because I got, kicked out of the DJ product world, and I got forced into the virtual reality space, and I got in really early and became, a globally recognized leader in the space. So I can't say that, I look back, it doesn't look like a regret anymore, to be honest. So, and I think anybody who has regrets, get over it.
I agree. And what's the best business book you've read, and what was the number one thing you learned from it?
The best business book I read, I think, was right at the very beginning. It was called Rich Dad, Poor Dad, and it basically taught me that, as an employee, you earn your money, you pay your taxes, then you buy your whatever you need. As a business owner, you earn your money, you buy the things you want, and then you're taxed on what's left. The fundamental change in tax structure is a quintessential difference between becoming very wealthy and not.
And last question is, what's your favorite quote and why?
Dream big and follow your heart, because it's the slogan for my daughter's shoe company. My daughter invented sandals that leave a heart-shaped tan line on your feet when she was 9 years old, called the Love Sandal. And we came up with a slogan for dream big and follow your heart. And that is really what we want to do in everyday life all the time.
And that was a while ago, so we still actually have a minute left. So record time, Alan. That was awesome.
Amazing.
And because I remember, I think you had mentioned that back when we met at Mastermind Talk. So that's been going on for a while, hasn't it?
It has. She started when she was 9, and now she's 13. And we're going to be doing a big blitz now that the kind of weather's warming up again and people are thinking about sandals. We're going to do a big blitz. So lovesandal.com. And the website's down right now, but we're getting it back up with e-commerce soon. And we'll do a big blitz in the spring.
Perfect. And this last question is, so lovesandal.com, and then where can people find you online?
Sure. I'm actually alansmithson.com. That site will be up in the next month. And then my current site for our business is metavrse.com, and it's metavrse.com. And we're about to launch the new site this week, so stay tuned. It's going to be pretty awesome.
Perfect timing. Well, thanks for coming on, Alan, and we'll talk to you soon.
That was amazing. Thanks.
The podcast you just heard was made using Anchor. Ever thought about making your own podcast? Anchor makes it really easy for anyone to get started. It's a one-stop shop for recording, hosting, and distributing podcasts. Best of all, it's 100% free. Sign up now at anchor.fm/new. That's anchor.fm/new to get started.